everybody, welcome back again to Fit Food Made Fun. I'm your host Mary and I'm from Personal One Fitness in Mineola, New York. I'm your host, I'm your fitness chef for today, and we are making eggplant. So today's recipe is for the person that has zero to no time. Me, everyone else that I've ever met that's trying to lose weight and trying to eat healthy. It's very, very hard to do when, the two biggest complaints are I'm on a budget and I have no time to cook for myself. So this is your recipe, so pay close attention. Eggplant is 99 cents, so one of them is absolutely filling for one person. This is a great snack. It's great by itself as a little dinner. I've definitely had that just as a dinner on its own. And it's also great as a side dish to a lunch or a dinner. Really, it's very versatile. Eggplant is actually a fruit. It's very high in vitamin B6. It's high in folic acid, and it's also high in vitamin C. So that's a great recipe to make, especially since the flu is like running rampant these days. It is a fruit, but it's called the king of vegetables in India because it is so versatile. So today, all we're gonna do is roast eggplant in the oven for 15 minutes and we're done, that's it. So I'm over here slicing my eggplant. I'm slicing it into like 1/2 inch cubes. I want them semi-thick because this is gonna roast, and the thinner the cubes are, it's almost gonna turn into like little eggplant chips. So if you do like them a little bit more crispy and well done, you can slice these a little thinner. I'm actually also going to slice mine slightly thicker because since this is so versatile, I have some leftover pesto and tomato. I'm actually gonna kind of add a little bit more to this. So, there's no right or wrong here with how thick you wanna slice this. So I'm just gonna finish. This is again one pretty small sized eggplant. I have an eggplant behind me. It's pretty big. And the one that I just cut up, you could see the base of it is, like maybe 3/4 of the size of this one. So before I finish slicing this, I'm gonna take some extra virgin olive oil and I'm just gonna drizzle about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons onto my baking pan here. And the one I'm using is like it's a stoneware, you can use a cookie sheet, you can use anything that really slides into the oven and works well. Nothing that, explodes in the heat. So very versatile, easy to do. And all I'm gonna do is lay my eggplant slices on top of my olive oil. Eggplant absorbs a lot of whatever you put on it, which is one of the other reasons why it works so well in dishes. So at the end of this, I'm gonna slice a little bit more, I'm gonna throw a little more olive oil on top of there with some seasoning, and that's your dish. Super easy, really, really healthy, and it's really tasty. So I'm just finishing up putting my eggplant slices on here, and this usually happens, I end up running out of space, and actually today, we're gonna slide these in pretty good. Good. So you really don't wanna overlap them. If you want to come a little closer and see, I started off by slicing the two ends off of the eggplant and then just slicing it into 1/4 inch thick pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and just drizzle a little more olive oil on top of there. The mixture I have here is just a little salt, a little pepper, and a little garlic powder. And again, the reason I'm using garlic powder and not like sauteed, whole garlic cloves is because this is for the person who has absolutely no time on their hands. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on here, and that's it. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. I have my oven preheated for 375, and this entire dish, roasting, takes about 15 minutes to make. At about 7-8 minutes, I'm gonna open the oven and just check on these guys, and I'm gonna flip them. And I've gotten away with not flipping them before, so if you get tied up doing something else and you forget, it'll still taste great. It's not the end of the world, but you do want a nice even cook on one side. One side tends to get a little bit more roasted and the other side tends to be a little softer. So if you want that nice even consistency, you're gonna open up the oven at about 7 minutes, flip them over, just take the pan out, flip them over with a spatula or a fork, and then just throw them back in the oven for an additional 7-8 minutes. And there you have it, folks. So definitely try to stock up on your eggplant. It's cheap, it's very, very easy to make. And I'm actually going to, once I post this recipe for you to see, I'm going to include the way that I'm actually making this for dinner. If you watch some of our previous Fit Food Made Funs. I have a pesto recipe that I made with spinach and kale and all sorts of additional greens. I'm actually going to spread that on top at the end with some sliced tomato, and it's absolutely delicious. And it's just, again, an extra way to bump up some nutrients that I need that, you know, we're all desperate for these days. So happy eating, enjoy, and I will see you guys real soon. Take care.